Welcome to class 8 of CS1. We'll do geometric distribution and negative binomial distribution today. So the first one is geometric distribution here. Geometric distribution of type 1. There are two types. In most cases, I can say in 80% of cases, you will come across geometric distribution type 1. In some cases, 20% cases, you will come across geometric distribution of type 2. However, they are not independent. If you know type 1 properly, it will be very easy for you to understand geometric distribution type 2. It has applications in other papers. Now, you need to define random variable whenever you talk about a distribution. Here the random variable is the number of trials required to get the first success. Okay. So remember this one. Now, X is the number of trials required to get the first success. Okay, we are talking about the number of trials here. Our subject is the number of trials here, not the success. In binomial, do you remember? We talked about tossing a coin 100 times suppose. So the number of trials were fixed there in binomial. In binomial, the number of trials are fixed. In geometric, the number of trials are not fixed. Geometric is opposite of binomial. That's why we say negative binomial. This is a part of negative binomial. Geometric, we say it's a part of negative binomial. We'll go to negative binomial as well. But we have to start with geometric distribution. So to make things easier, let me write here. See the difference when you compare with geometric. Geometric, remember, it's a special case of negative binomial. Okay. So what we have done in binomial is we had number of trials, fixed number of trials. And then we count number of success. Okay, because there are two chances here. N was fixed. N is 1 2 3 4 5 6. You can count this way, and we counted only the number of success. And the question was, what is the probability that you will get two success? Whatever way it occurs, it doesn't matter. We found probability like this in binomial. This is binomial case. Now coming to geometric and specifically negative binomial, which is opposite of binomial. Negative binomial, we'll do the opposite thing. That means we'll not worry about the number of trials. That is not fixed here. You count the number of trials, but fix your success. Okay. Suppose you stop. Let me write here. Stop tossing coin when you get two heads, I can say, or two success. So stop tossing the coin. That means we are talking about the number of trials here. We found the probability of number of success here. Here we have to find the number of trials required. Okay, you have to continue tossing. So in negative binomial, you toss once, definitely will not get two success in once. At least 2 times you have to toss the coin. Continue this one till you get two success. Okay, till you get two success. But here the case is different. Here 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 is fixed, okay? You can't change that. Now count whether you have 2 success or 1 or 3 or 4, whatever way it's possible, you have to count that. In case of geometric, which is a particular case of negative binomial, here we count the number of trials required to get the first success, okay, the first one, where after the first one, once you get a success, you stop here. Suppose you get the first success, you stop here. So when you need to stop tossing the coin, when you need to stop the experiment, when you get the first success, continue doing that. That means this is a failure case, okay? This is a failure, this is a failure, okay? Here you got success, you stopped here. So probability of what you are finding? Probability of number of trials you are finding, okay? Now we'll do this way. Suppose you do something, you appear one exam, particular exam, you might get a success or you will fail, right? There are two chances. So again, P, Q, all that, they are same with binomial. I am not writing. P is the probability of success here, Q is the probability of failure here. That is there anyway. So in the first trial, okay, if you get a success, then you stop here. That's all. Okay, remember, I'm counting. If you get success here, okay, you stop. That's all. Suppose you didn't get a success in the first one, you have to appear next time. If you get the first one, if you get the first success, then stop here. Okay, whenever you get, see here, we needed 4 trials to get the first one. We are after the first success, not many. We are not after many in geometric. In negative binomial, we'll see 3, 4 number of success, more successes. Here we are talking about only one success, okay? How many? We are talking about only one success. You might get in 2 trials, you might get in 3 trials. If you get here, stop here, okay? Continue this way. Suppose you didn't pass here the exam, or you got a tail here when you are tossing a coin, you got a tail here, you got a tail here, and you got a head here. If you consider that getting a head is success for you, stop here, okay? Suppose I am giving you the class and I need to go outside. I'll give you a coin and I will tell you to toss the coin until you get a head, okay? If you get a head in the first toss, you stop it. That's all. You need to do something else, yeah. But if you get a tail, okay, you didn't get whatever you wanted, you continue tossing. You got a head, you stop here. You got a head, you stop here. You have to stop the experiment. You have to stop tossing the coin. If you consider this as the best example, easiest example, you stop it when you get a success, okay, the head, suppose. So what is X? X is not success or failure here. X is the number of trials required, okay? Here we required only one trial. The value of X is 1. Here the value of X is 1. How about this? How many trials are required to get the first one? 2. How many trials are required to get the second one? How many trials are required to get the first success? 3 trials. See, we are interested in number of trials, not number of success. You compare with binomial distribution. The number of trials, that was n was fixed here, okay? And we never found the probability that n is 5 or 7 because n was fixed here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. N was 6, that is fixed here, okay? We found the probability of 2 success. Here we are talking about only one success, okay? Only one. not more than 1 in geometric. We are doing geometric distribution. See, geometric distribution type 1. So in geometric distribution, we are talking about the first success. Okay, what is the probability that you will get the first success in first trial, the first success in 2 trials, the first success in 3 trials, the first success in 4 trials. These will give you probabilities. Okay, if I write P here, these will give probabilities. So what is the probability that X is 1? Who can answer? What is the probability that X is 1? Let me write 2 more things here. The same symbol, okay. I can use P, small p, not this probability. P is the probability of getting a success in each trial, okay. This is P, and Q is the opposite. Q is 1 minus P. Q plus P plus Q is 1. This is similar to a binomial distribution, okay. So what is the probability that you will get the success in the first trial? X is 1 means in 1 trial you got success, okay. I said you to toss a coin and stop it when you get a head, and you said, okay, I got the head now in the first trial. What is the chance? What is the probability before tossing? What is the probability that you get a success in the first trial? Suppose I need to throw a stone here, okay. There is a lamp post here. It might strike or not. I will continue throwing the stone till it strikes, and I will count the number of trials required to strike it once. If I am able to strike it, then I will stop it. Okay, I am interested only once. Once I am able to strike this one, then I will stop it and I will count. I have to count the numbers required, number of trials required, okay, to hit this one. And obviously I will be able to answer the number of trials after hitting the target, but before hitting I have to find the probability. What is the probability that I will hit the target in 3 trials, 2 trials, 1 trial, no trial? Okay, I didn't write this one here. You can never get a success here in 0 trials. To get a success, you should have 1 trial at least, because you are after 1 success, okay. 1 trial at least you need. In 0 you can never achieve it. Here P, okay. So probability that X is equal to 1, okay, is equal to P. If P is 1, then Q is 0, that there is a possibility. Now what is this probability? Probability that X is 2. This means what? This means actually you got a failure in the first attempt, okay. You failed to get head in case of tossing the coin, but you got a success in the second trial. You got a success in the second trial. That means first one you write Q, and then and you are multiplying probability, so it will be Q multiplied by P. You have to remember this. Let me write P here. This one will be Q square multiplied by P, Q square P, okay. Here 3 Q's followed by a P. Remember, always you have to end with P. You might not get success somewhere, but ultimately you will get success. So this one will be P all the time, and the probabilities I will write Q. Sorry, the first one was P, then following a failure, okay, there is a chance of success. I'm not saying this will happen, that's why there is a probability. 3 probability means you get in 3rd trial, okay. Then Q3P, it will continue. We can't end it. Number of trials are not fixed here. And remember, we are not finding the probability of number of success here. When we say 2, we are talking about 2 trials. See, trials, you count the trials, not success. Success is 1 always. Success is fixed here, 1 in geometry. You are counting the number of trials required, okay. and we'll try to find, this is geometric distribution of type 1, we'll try to find the mean and variance. Geometric, nothing is written means type 1, we'll find mean. So if you find mean here, you just multiply 1 multiplied by P, 2 multiplied by QP, 3 multiplied by Q square P. You can continue this, okay? It's very easy. You take P common, 1 plus 2Q plus 3Q square, that will follow. And once you get it, you have to do some kind of manipulation, okay? I mean, we use always in mathematics. Suppose you need to find the value of this 1 plus 2Q plus 3Q square, that way it increases. Then what we do is we multiply with Q here, then we subtract. If you do this, multiply Q here, 2Q square, 3Q power 3, okay? You write this way. Remember to subtract in a diagonal manner. This is the trick here. Let me write the next term as well. 4Q power 3. If you subtract this way, you leave this one. If I write x minus xq, 1 I will keep here and will not mind, because number of terms are infinite in both the cases. You just subtract the first term from the second term here, 2Q minus Q, you will get Q here, plus Q. 3Q square minus 2Q square, you will get Q square. Okay. See, this is geometric progression, infinite geometric progression. 1 plus R square plus R power 3. 1 minus Q is P. I can replace by P. And there is a formula for this. 1 divided by 1 minus R. This you need to remember. This we use everywhere. Okay. Again 1 minus Q is P. 1 upon P. So x is 1 upon P square. Let me write here. This is P. And this value, I have taken x here. X I got 1 upon P square. So I can put here 1 upon P square. Then this is 1 upon P. That you need to remember. Similar to this, you have to find Ex square. Once you find Ex square, then you will get variance of x also. That will be Ex square minus Ex whole square. Okay. So this is easy, the second one, because you need to square only this one, 1 divided by P. This one you need to find once again. So when you find Ex square, you can check this one. Similar pattern, just you need to square this. 1 square multiplied by P, 2 square multiplied by QP, 3 square multiplied by Q square P. That way it will go. And it's similar to this. Once you have done this one, this will be very easy for you. Take P common, okay? 1 plus, if you take P common, you will get 4Q if you check here, okay? Then if you see the next one, you will get 9Q square. Remember the differences here, differences are 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. I mean, I'm talking about the coefficients here, not the powers. If you see the coefficients here, coefficients are 1 square, 2 square, okay, 3 square that way. We can do this one as well. Taking another y, let's see if we can do that here. We'll check it. We'll try to do it here only, okay? Now if I write y here, okay, y is equal to this one, whatever I've written, 1 plus 4Q plus 9q square this way. Then you have to multiply yq. After multiplying yq also, you will not get the answer. Okay, because you will get q 4q square plus 9q power 3. Now when you subtract y minus yq, what you will get here? 1 you keep it, you subtract this way. 1 4q minus q, you will get 3q. Then 9 minus 4, you will get 5q square. Then 16 you will get here, 16 minus 9. Okay, 7q power 3. This way you will get. Can you compare with this one? We have 2q, 3q square, this one. Okay, little bit more we need to do. So we'll continue to the next page. We can take y common, 1 minus q, and this one also you need to divide, because we have already answered for this. X already you see right hand side, 1 plus 2q. If you leave here 1 plus 2q, okay, let me write 1 plus 2q plus 3q square. Again, if you want, you can multiply q and you can do that, but already we have a result. Okay, 1 plus 2q plus 3 square result we have. This is x. This is x we have. So you divide this way. 1 we have kept here. Okay, so nothing will be here. Out of 3q, 2q is here. So you just write q here. And 5q square, we have written 3q square. So 2q square you need to write. Whatever remains, we have 7q power 3. Okay, you see 4q power 3 is here. Let me write 4q power 3. So remains 3q power 3. That way it will go. So this is x already. Plus the second one, you take q common. Again you got this pattern. Okay, same pattern. So it's repeating. X 1 plus 2q plus 3q square. We have already, that one is x. We know already x, 1 upon p square. We'll put here 1 upon p square here. You can take x common if you want. You will get 1 plus q. X is 1 upon p square. You write 1 plus q. Okay. So this is what we got, and that is y multiplied by 1 minus q. If you find y here, y will be equal to, you divide 1 minus q. Okay. So 1 plus q divided by p square 1 minus q. That is y. P, we have taken this for y. Okay. So you put the value here. 1 plus q. 1 minus q you can write p. So p power 3. 1 plus q p power 3. 1 plus q p power 3. You can cancel p. You will get 1 plus q divided by p square. Okay. So now you put here 1 plus q divided by p square minus 1 upon p square. So q upon p square. This is the answer. Little bit derivation is there. You have to do it as a part of CS1, because certain things are important, and this you need to remember, q upon p square. You do it once again yourself. Okay. So let me write here only. This is the geometric distribution. Okay. This is geometric distribution, and here you can write this way. Here we'll write now you can write x follows geometric distribution. Okay, x follows geometric, parameter is p here. You can take theta also, and here probability x is equal to x, you should write, remember this will be q power x minus 1 p, q power x minus 1 p. If you put 1 here, you will get p. If you put 2 here, you will get 2 minus 1, 1, qp, q square p. All the probabilities you get here. This is the general formula. All the probabilities, all these probabilities, p, qp, q square p, you will get from this formula. Okay. And then you need to write expected value of x and variance of x as well. And what is the range? X starts from 1, 1, 2, 3, it will continue. So the number of trials are not fixed. Remember this formula we will use. This is type 1 geometric. Okay. Let me write geometric type 1. And along with this you need to write expected value of x, that is 1 upon p, you need to remember, and variance of x, q upon p square. Now let's come to type 2. Type 2 is the number of the failure. We are talking about failures, okay, before the first success. So you are counting failures, okay. The people, they have a tendency to talk about failures most of the time, okay. So suppose you went to the market to purchase something and you got it in the 4th attempt. You can say it in 2 ways. You say, I got the item, okay, I got the item whatever you wanted, I got it in my 4th trial, okay. Maybe if I got it in the 4th trial, somebody watching this, he might clap and say that, see, this guy got it in the 4th trial, finally got it, right? Let's clap for him. But maybe other guy will say in a different way. That means this guy will count not the first success, okay, the number of failures before the first success, okay. So he will not count this one. He says, okay, he got it, that's fine, but how about this? So you are making subject to the success or the failures before getting the first success, okay. If you make this one as your subject, see what we have written here, the number of failures before first success. So definitely if you write x here, if I change this one to y, I have written x though, if you change it to y, then y will be x minus 1, 1 less, okay. Because how many we are counting? We are counting till the success and we stop it, okay. So when you count this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. You say it's a Q, it's a failure, success. You count here in this case 1, 2, 3, that's all. When you get a success, you don't count, okay. That means your subject is the number of failures. You are not interested in the trial where you got the success, okay. You stop it, you don't count this one, because you want to tell in terms of a negative word, not a positive word. So you can say that way. Here, if you consider y as the new random variable, I can change it, y will be x minus 1, that will be the link. But let's continue with x, okay. Separately we will develop once again. We will not try to connect with the first one, because anyway you have to use differently. Now similar to the last one, this is the first trial, okay. Now we are counting the number of failure here, okay, number of failure. So here suppose in the first one you got a success, okay. So what will be the value of x here? Who can answer? Suppose you got a success here. What is the value of x here? Yes, Anu.
Sir, 0.
0. Okay. What is the probability?
You didn't define probability.
Same we'll use P.
So then P.
We'll use the same one. P is the probability of success in each trial. Okay, there is always a probability P that will apply. The trials are independent also. Okay, probability of success in each trial. So probability that you get a success is P here. So what is the what is x0 here means? What this means x0 here?
Number of failures or 0.
Yeah, that means you got the success in the first trial only, so you never had a failure before. So the same thing we denoted by x is equal to 1, because see, for the same thing we wrote x1 because we're interested in the success, okay, the positive one. Here success means, I mean, that is the default, okay, you got a success, that's fine. Did you fail before? No, then x will be 0, no failure, okay. Here 1, you count only the cross sign. Here x is 1. Then here x is 2. So if you write a P here, the same probabilities you will get, but instead of 1 we have written 0. Because ultimately you find this probability and that will be P. And you have to find this probability. This is Q, this is P. Same thing we'll write QP, Q square P. But remember, Q square P comes when this is 2. In that case, we wrote 3 here because the total, if you see, add exponents 2 plus 1, all we counted, all trials. Okay. So if you write the probability distribution here, you will get x, probability x is equal to x. You start writing from 0 here. Okay, you start writing from 0, 1, 2, 3. It will continue though. The trials will continue, and the probabilities also have to write. The first one is P, and the second one is QP, then Q square P. But remember, in the first case, the former case, type 1, we wrote 1, 2, 3. Here we have written 0, 1, 2. There is a difference, okay? Q power 3P, Q power 4P and all that. Now if you write a formula for this, the formula will change now. You tell me a formula for which you will get these probabilities. If you put 0 in x, you should get, okay. If I write Q power x minus 1P, then there will be a problem. Now suppose, because my first value will be 0 here, the range 0, 1, 2, 3, it will continue. Put x0 here, Q power 0, that is 1. So you get P here, okay, P. You check all the probabilities. Now put x1 here, x1 QP, we got it, that's fine. Then you need to find expected value of x, variance of x. This is geometric type 2. This is geometric distribution type 2. You have to find expected value of x and variance of x. Okay, so this is a task for you. You can do yourself. Remember, expected value will match the same here. Sorry, variance will match Q divided by P square. Here expected value will be Q upon P. That you need to remember. And there will be simple derivation like the previous one. You can always do it. You write Ex 0 multiplied by P, 1 multiplied by QP. That way you can find. And variance of also, variance of X you can find. You will get all this. Now let's do one problem from each. There are several problems in the assignments anyway. This is the first one. Suppose Anand owns a light bulb manufacturing company and determines that 3 out of every 75 bulbs are defective. So either you will get directly P, or P will be given in the question. What is the probability that Anand will find the first faulty light bulb on the sixth one that he tested? Now he's testing. Okay. Anand is a shopkeeper, or maybe he is a customer. Okay. He has to check himself, and he knows that out of every 75, 3 are not good ones. So if you purchase one bulb and if you test it, what is the probability that it's not good one? Okay, you can check many times, because these are independent. You have to replace it, and it's not that there are 75 bulbs. Okay, nowhere it's written. See, when this kind of a question is given, 3 out of every 75 bulb means it's not that there are only 75 bulbs. Maybe there are 750 bulbs. Okay, maybe there are 1000 bulbs. Don't think that 1000 should be multiple of 75 also. We are not saying that. See, a sample is given. A sample is given for you so that you will be able to know. If a sample is given, you will be able to know P, or P will be given directly. When you toss a coin, nothing will be said. P will be 0.5. Okay. And if you do some other thing, P will be given. If P is not given, this way you will get. Okay. 3 out of every 75. What is the success chance? Success means what here? Getting a defective one. Okay. In this example, getting a defective one, the faulty one, is a success. Okay. So the chance of success is very less though. 3 divided by 75. So let me write here. P is given 3 divided by 75. P is 1 upon 25. Okay. P is given here. Now the question is, what is the probability that Anand will find the first faulty light bulb on the sixth one that he tested? Okay. He can test many times, but you are finding the probability that he will get the first defective. That means the first 5s are good ones. That means they are not success. You will not count, because success here is defective. Okay. So what is the probability that the value of X will be 6? That is what you need to find. And X also, if you want, you can write here the number of trials required. Okay, the number of trials. Trial means what? Testing. Number of times you need to test. Okay, number of times, or trials you can also write. You need to test Mr. Anand. If you need to write, number of times Mr. Anand should test so that he gets the first defective. Okay. Now you need to find this probability. Probability X is equal to 6. You have to write probability X is equal to X formula. Q power X minus 1P. So this will be Q power 5P. P is given, Q is given. Just put here. Okay. 24 divided by 25 power 5, then 1 divided by 25. You will get the answer. That's all. Let's go to the next problem.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
So this should be type 2, na? Because trials are fixed. It is given that first faulty light bulb on the sixth one.
Yeah. So see, defective means what? That's not a failure here. Defective is success here. Suppose you are a part of the legal system. You want to test. Okay. You want to ask that guy. So you are seeking for the problem. You are not seeking for the success here. It depends. Okay. Think it. It's how you define it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you are finding, you are including the sixth trial or not. That is the question. Whether you are including the sixth trial or not.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all. You are including the sixth trial. Then it will be type 1. If you will not include sixth trial, it will be type 2. And what is success, what is a failure, that is up to you.
Okay, sir.
Yes. The question you need to see and decide. Find the expected number of trials. Okay, if I write this way, find the expected number of trials. Expected number of trials. Required. Okay, expected number of trials required. Remember, the random variable was number of trials. X was number of trials. I just added expected number of trials required to get the first one. This was the question. I will say expected number of trials required to get first head. Okay, we'll change it to third or fifth or seventh later. This is the question. What I did is I started with no here, number here. Now I started with expected here. Expected number of trials required to get the first head. You go from here to here. See, this is very important. You go from here to here every day. Okay, and we say that the expected time it takes from here to here is 10 minutes. It will never change. The expected time will never every day. If I am standing here all the day, okay, all the time, every time, if someone comes and someone wants to know from me, every day I will say 10 minutes expected time. Sometimes it will take 12 minutes, sometimes it will take 15 minutes, sometimes it will take 7 minutes. It will depend on the road traffic conditions, every other factor. But the expected one will not change. Suppose I toss a coin 100 times. What is the expected number of heads you get? Suppose I will turn it to a binomial problem. Okay, I will fix the number of trials. Suppose a coin is tossed 100 times. A coin is tossed 100 times. It's over. 100 fixed. Okay, we are not talking about number of trials not fixed. 100 it's already over. 100 trials it tossed. Okay, question is expected. See here, expected number of success I will ask in binomial. Expected number of heads. If I ask this way, find the expected number of heads. Yes, who can answer this question? See, this is a case of binomial. In binomial, what we do? We fix the number of trials. Fixed here, 100. Now we have to answer expected number of heads here. Tell me expected number of heads if you toss a coin 100 times. You take B half, okay? Yeah.
So same way here, E of X is 1 by.
No, see, whatever I am asking, you have to answer that, okay?
Yes, sir, it's 50 here.
50, right? 50. 50 because you have to, you know that every time I will ask, every time before taking the class, I will ask you this question. Every time you will answer 50 and I will toss, okay? I will show you a website where it will toss 100 times per you. Someday it will be 45, someday it will be 55, someday it will be 67, someday it will be 31. It will change each day. But before tossing, I will say 50 only. Expected will never change. If you apply the formula, binomial formula, Ex is NP. N is 100 I have given, P is half. So this is 50. You can change this expected, okay? Now, expected number of trials required to get the first head. Because there is an equal chance that you get a head or a tail, okay? So if you, how many on an average? Maybe first time you get, that's fine. If you don't get in the first time, you will expect that it will come next time, because 50-50 chance. If you don't get 5 times, then you will worry a lot. You will talk about bad luck and all that. Okay. If you don't get in the first time, you should get in the second time. So you apply expected formula. EX in case of negative binomial. This is geometric, okay? This is negative binomial, but we say geometric. We are talking about only the first success, okay? So 1 by p, 1 upon p, 1 upon 0.5. So that is 2. You expect to get the first rate in 2. If you get in 1, that's fine. But your expectation is 2. After 2, and you will start thinking about other things. Maybe this coin is right, or the other guy is tricking on you, whatever you can think. That's a separate thing. But if you don't get in the first one, you will feel it's okay, because there is a 50-50 chance. But you will expect to get it in the second one, okay? The first success in the second trial. Expected number of, we're talking about expected number of trials here. Okay, expected number of trials. Here also you need to find EX, that's all. 1 upon P, that is the answer, okay? And P, you remember, P was 3 upon 75. So this will be 75 divided by 3, 25. That means if you go on checking, you will expect that on the 25th trial you will catch one defective, because if you think logically, in 75 defectives you get 3. So you will expect to get the first one in 25th. Maybe someday you will get on 30th trial, someday you will get before in the first trial. But yeah, you will expect it to get on the 25th trial, the first defective. Logically you can think this way. Standard deviation, it might deviate from 25. What is the standard deviation? You have to find variance of x. Okay. Then to get the standard deviation of x, you have to take the square root of variance of x. And you know the formula, q divided by p square. Okay. Q divided by p square, you write whatever it is. Q is 3 divided by 75, that was p. So 72 divided by 75 divided by p square. Okay. You write here, p is 3 upon 75. So 75 square divided by 9, you write that. Then you find the square root of this. Whatever this is, you will get the answer. Okay. You will be able to know the standard deviation. If you are not able to get it in 25, then the deviation, okay, standard deviation. Maybe if you get 5, that means you should get the defective between 20 to 30. Okay, that is standard deviation, not always you will get. Now negative binomial. See, coming to negative binomial from geometric, it should be easy for you, because we change that the first one to kth one, that's all. The question is, x is the number of trials on which kth success occurs. Okay, we are not interested in one success. Now we are talking about k success. Okay, suppose you do some experiment and you want to strike it. Suppose I'll go back to that example. Okay, you are throwing a ball. There is a post here. You need to strike this one. You throw this one stone continuously. Okay, you continue doing this task. You don't see here and there, left, right, here, there. Okay, just continue trying. So throw it many times. Continue throwing it till you touch it or you strike it 10 times. Till you strike it 10 times, you continue throwing it. So you count the number of trials, not once now, 10 times. Okay, so you count the number of trials. What will happen? Once you get the 10th one, okay, the 10th one you stop. Suppose you got a success here, then here second one, here third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one. We'll make it 7. Okay, we'll make it 7. If this is 7, k is 7. Okay, if k is 7, so you are interested in not one success, 7th success. Okay, once you get 7th success, you stop here and count the number of trials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so answer will be 13. Answer will be 13. In this example, not always. I might ask a question. What is the probability that you will get 7th success in your 13th trial? Okay. In this example, because I accepted this way, second time, then fourth time, this is an assumption. Okay, you never know, you have to go with P and Q. Okay, if you start with the box procedure, because you are thinking about getting kth one. Okay, so what will happen here? You have to get k minus 1 in n minus 1 trials. Okay, and the nth trial, it should be a success. Okay, it should be P always, so that you will stop here. If you add this one with this one, see here, 7th we got here. I could have written this one plus. Okay, in total you have 7. 1, 2, 3 here, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7th when I got, that means here I got 6. Even I got 6 here before. So when I said I stopped here in 13 trials, that means I must have got 6 in 12 trials. Okay, 6 in 12 trials here, and I got the 7th one here. This is a must. Okay, to stop, this is a must. So that I've written P, and you have to achieve this. This is a success. Okay, let me write S here. What is the probability? This should be a success. So the probability I will write P. Okay, P is the probability that you will get a success here, and this one you have to find any k minus 1 from n minus 1. 6 you need to get out of 12, then the last one, then you stop here. Otherwise what will happen? We are not finding 7 from 13. We are not finding 7 success from 13. No, this is a different problem. Finding 7 from 13 is a different problem. Okay, we have two hypergeometric and binomial for that. I'm not going to that. I'm after the 7th success. Okay, I will stop it. That means I must, when I say no, I stopped just now, then I'm sure that I got a success. That guy who is throwing, he got a success here on the 7th one. That is the 13th trial. Okay, that means 12 out of 6 you have to get it. Here I mean, I can change the ticks. I can make this one success, this one I can cancel. Those things I can do within this, but this one is fixed. Okay, I want to get 6 out of 12, and the last one should be a success. That way what will happen? I will get 7 success on 13th trial. So in 13 trials, 7. Okay, so for that I have to use a binomial probability here. Any k minus 1 from n minus 1. So the final formula, let me write. Even if you don't get here, do some problems. Okay, don't worry about all these. Don't go after the formula, though it's not difficult, but some, when they see first time, they think it's a bit difficult. I don't know how you take it. See, out of n minus 1 you need to get k minus 1. It's not that everywhere I will write P. Okay, here there is a cross, here there is a cross. Okay, I have to write Q, then P. So how many P's I want? I want K minus 1 P's. And how many Q's I want? N minus 1 minus K minus 1. Also, the last one should be P. That also I have to write. So finally the formula will look like this. Probability X is equal to X, N minus 1, K minus 1. Then P power K you will get here. P power K, 1 comes here. Okay. Then Q power N minus K. And remember, X will start from K here. Because to get K success, okay, if I want to strike it 7 times, I need to throw at least 7 times. If I stop it after 5 times, I will never achieve this one. Okay, so minimum trials are required here is K. K plus 1, K plus 2, it will go that way. And if you want to write this way, never mind, you just write, you start from K only. You don't have any choice. K plus 1, K plus 2. Even if you write 0, 1, 2, the probabilities will be 0. K minus 1, if you write, probability will be 0. Okay. If you put xk here, okay, wherever x appears, if you put k here, sorry, I have written n minus 1 wrongly. We don't have n minus 1. Okay. The total number of trials here, because we are finding this probability x is equal to x here. Okay. That means what? What is the probability that in xth trial, okay, xth trial, you will get kth success? This is the question. Okay, you replace. Otherwise, there may be. We are not using n here. N is binomial 1. So x, so that there will be no confusion. Okay. You can write n also, not a problem, but yeah, this is the normal way we always use. X is k, k plus 1, k plus 2, all that. So if you put xk, minimum you have to put k, you will get this probability. Okay. If you put xk here, k minus 1, k minus 1, that will be 1. You put xk here, q power 0, you will get p power k. Okay. And logically also you will be able to answer this one. We don't need to find all this. It's not difficult as well. If you want, you can write everything. See, logically p power k. That means what? What is the probability that you get k successes? Okay, you get k success in how many trials? K trials. Let me write this. These things you need to remember. Okay. This means what? Here I have already written x, right? So let me go there. See, this is x. Here x5 means what? 5 trials are required. 5 trials are required. We'll find the probability, okay, to get k success. Suppose you fix k3. 3 success, you can write this way, okay. 5 trials are required to get 3 success. I can start from 3. I can start from 2 or 1. Minimum 3. Okay. And what is the probability that x is equal to 3? If you find, we'll use the formula for that. Okay. That's what I am finding in the table. Then you can write this also. X is equal to 4. This is another event. This is the event that 4 trials are required. 4 trials are required to get 3. Remember, in geometric it's 1, negative binomial it's fixed k. I have taken k3 here. So the k is fixed here. So what is the probability that you get k success, okay, in k trials? X is k means what? In k trials you will get k success. So everyone should be a success. So multiply p. You will get p power k. That way all these things, if you want, you can find. Otherwise, if you don't find also, it's fine. You just remember this formula. This formula is important. Okay. Now we have a problem. This one. A football player, the success is given, rate of goal hitting is 70%. Okay, what is the probability that the player hits his third goal on fifth attempt? Think on it. We are not fixing the number of trials. We are not saying the player will get only 5 chances. Maybe the player will get many chances, 10, 15, 20, whatever number of chances. But the question is, what is the probability that the player hits his third goal on fifth attempt? So what is K here? Who can answer?
So 3.
K is 3. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This one. So K is 3. Okay. What is P here? 70%. Right?
70%.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
sir.
30%. And you have to find the probability that X is equal to 5. Fifth attempt. The formula we'll use. Let me write probability X is equal to X. And you have to tell me another example before leaving. Okay. Probability X is equal to X. Remember the formula? X minus 1, K minus 1, Pk, Q, X minus K. This was the formula. So when you find probability X is equal to X, let me write here. X is equal to 5. 4 to P. P is 0.7. K is 3 here. Q 0.3. X minus K. Okay, that is 2. So this is the question. Can you tell me a similar question? When we talk about more than one success. One success means it's geometric. We are talking about more than one success here. You tell me an example where more than one success concept will come. When you talk about appearing exam, okay, we are talking about getting a success, means that is one success. Here we got 3 success. You can say any example, okay. Suppose I can say we have a container, okay. Number of so many bulbs are here. So many are here, okay. Or maybe I can write bigger ones, smaller ones, okay. Bigger and smaller ones. And you are interested in the bigger ones, okay. So suppose your teacher said you to bring 3 big balls, because the colors I can change, big balls, okay. You need 3 big balls. So let me make this way. These are bigger ones. They are mixed here. You are not interested in 1, you are interested in 3, okay. So you are interested in 3. Now you close your eye, okay. You close your eyes and randomly you have to pick, okay. Randomly you pick one, you check it. If it's a big one, the shaded one here in this example, you take it. Otherwise you keep it, you try another one. That way you have to try. So you have to stop it till you get 3 big ones. This is one example. Similar to this, you give a practical example. I mean, you can say solving problems, right? Suppose I'll tell you this one. I'll give you task. Okay, I'll give you many problems. I'll give you a number of problems. And the answers are written here. Okay, answers are written here. And I will fix, I will say, see, in that book, lot of problems are there. Even I am not counted. You continue solving the problems when you complete, when you get 3 answers correct. Okay, suppose you got a B here, so they are not matching. Okay, then proceed. Okay, you have to ask me later, you keep it. Do the next problem. You got a C here, cross it. You got a X here, you cross it. You got a P here, you cross it. You got a here, they are matching. Okay, this is 1, you matched 1. Okay, you feel happy, you say hooray, then continue, you cross it. Okay, you got something other, suppose M, they are not matching. Here also not matching, here you matched. Okay, this is the second one. Then here not matching, then here it matched. 3, stop it, leave it and go outside, and you call me and say that you completed 3. You have so many doubts, but you are able to complete 3. Here your process stopped. So you are after more than one success. When you talk about one success, that is geometric. That is also negative binomial, where k is 1, you can say. Geometric is a particular case of a negative binomial distribution. So in negative binomial, we are after more than one success. Okay, we are talking about 3 success here, k is 3. So you stop it when you get 3 success. And your subject is, you are finding the probability. What probability you are finding actually? In my example, I stopped here. Okay, but otherwise it can take any number of trials. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trials. Maybe, I mean, it will happen in 5 trials, minimum 3 trials, 15 trials, 20 trials. So you are finding the number of trials in negative binomial. Remember, you are finding the probability of number of trials required to get 3 success in negative binomial, 1 success in geometric, which is also a negative binomial where k is 1. Particular case of negative binomial. Okay, so I mean, later you see when you go to advanced concepts, these will have, I mean, very less use. You need not worry a lot, but then yeah, if you know it, definitely it will help you, not only in this paper, later also. Okay, so the concept you should know, and 2 to 3 problems you need to do, that's all.